Hi everyone, welcome to another video. Sorry for not posting any videos lately, but it's been quite warm weather over here in England. My workshop is an upstairs bedroom and it's been rather hot up here. I've been working on bits and pieces as I can, but there's nothing really to video. Anyway, something totally different from me. This is the Realistic STA-77L long wave, medium wave and FM stereo receiver, made or sold by Radio Shack, or Tandy as they were called by here, and probably made by Foster Electronics in Japan, otherwise known as Fostex. Fostex made some recording equipment for musicians that I can remember in the early and late 1980s. In particular, a nice little 4-track cassette recorder you could use a normal cassette on, and I really wanted one of those, and they were about £300, and I think I was in my early 20s then and I just couldn't afford it. Anyway, as I say, something totally different for me. I've never worked on anything like this. I've been watching a guy called Max Arcade on YouTube lately. He's got some very interesting videos on repairing power amps and everything. This one came up on for sale on eBay. It cost me about £20-ish, I think. Sold as working, and the seller said it was a little bit grimy on the front panel over here. Luckily nothing scratched, and the top, which I'll show you in a minute, I've got the camera mounted on a tripod at the moment so I can't move it. The top's in pretty good condition. It's like a walnut veneered cabinet, quite nice. I did notice, which again I'll show you in a minute, it's had a cup of coffee or something spilled through the grill on top here. But anyway, it evidently still works. I've had it working on FM. It is quite loud. The volume control is a little bit touchy, a little bit scratchy, and sometimes the balance doesn't work to that speaker, but you won't hear that on YouTube obviously. It probably just needs a little bit of cleaning. Quite a featured unit actually for the price. Realistic, we're probably trading towards the bottom end of the market. This is a very well built receiver actually. Metal cabinet. I'm not sure if these knobs are solid metal or like a plastic outer with a metal outer with a plastic casing. But anyway, I couldn't get it to work on medium wave, so we'll have a quick listen on FM. I won't stay on any music. It's quite good because as it turns stereo, the needle turns red, the pointer. So yeah, it does work, and it's quite loud. Anyway, what I noticed, I'll turn it off. What I noticed is this perspex. I don't know whether it's cloudy. It doesn't look cloudy. I think it just might be dirt, on the rear face there. So we'll get it all to bits and have a look inside. Right, I've got the cover off, so let's go and have a look inside. This is all new to me. As I say, I've never worked on anything this complicated before. That's the tuning capacitor. This must be the preamplifier, because that's two symmetrical. They're symmetrical, and obviously the power amplifier, even though I know that. At the back there on the big heat sinks, there's the power amplifier transistors. Now, I mentioned the lovely cabinet. There's the cabinet. I don't know if you can notice, but if I hold it at this angle, you can see these brown stains, and I think someone's put a cup of coffee or something on top here, and it's gone through the grill. Because if you look at the power supply board, it's quite crusty. You can see at the back here. Hopefully the light's okay. I can scrape this gunge off. What's odd is it's not spilt. Maybe it has. I couldn't work out why it was only on the board and not on this board, for instance, where it's dripped through. And the top of the capacitors as well don't look You know, you spill something like a cup of hot chocolate, or you'd expect the whole lot to be covered. It's just the bottom of the board. Quite odd. I assume the previous owner, and he told me he'd bought it from new in 1977. I assume they didn't have it switched on when that spillage happened, because otherwise it might have damaged it permanently. Anyway, so I've got the signals coming in here, so this must be the medium wave, long wave IF section, and because I can't get medium wave, I assume there's something happening down here or on the band switch itself, probably dirty contacts. Obviously the tuning capacitor, and this must be the FM. I don't know what I'm talking about. This must be the stereo demodulation. There's a very early chip there, which is A3350. It's made by Sanyo. I do like these sort of early-ish chips. And I've had a look at those, and you can still get those if that one's cocked up, which obviously it isn't. Right, let's swing it round and have a look at the inside of the front. Now these are these awkward fuse lamps, and I can't work out how to get these out, these holders out. They look like they're pop riveted. Come down a lower angle and just see if I swing around. There's a pop rivet there, and they seem solid. You'd think they just pop out or something, because I can't see how you need to unscrew the whole front end just to replace a light bulb. If anyone knows whether they do just pop out, but before I switched on, I tried to lever these out, and it's solid, nothing's budging. I don't want to crack this mounting here. But anyway, there's the flywheel for the tuning. That's just tuning, you see. So that's all running smoothly. It's all good fun. Right, let's have a look underneath. This is quite heavy, so let's turn it round. Right. There's underneath. We can get deoxit over here. I need to put some switch cleaner in there. We can get deoxit, but it's about £15 a can, which is what, about $23. Very, very expensive. I've never even never had a can. So what we use is Servicol Super 10 switch cleaner, which has been going since before the Second World War, and this is about £5 a can. Doesn't do quite a good as good a job, I've heard, but certainly a damn sight cheaper. And there's the bottom of the filter capacitors. They're 4700 UF at 35 volt, and they're not bulging or anything. There's no leaky things, so I assume they're fairly good. I'll test them with my ESR meter. The other thing I'm going to watch out for is dry solder connections. But it looks very well built, I must say. And there's the waveband switch. Notice there's this rubber or sort of nylon bushing here, that when you turn it onto long wave, which is the last switch position, so whether it hits something here and pushes it further, I don't know. There's all the back of the speaker input connections and output connections and stuff. Alright, let's have a look at the back of the amp. I'll swing it around, just put this down a minute. I don't want to break it. Right, there's all the speaker connections. So you can have a total of 4 speakers connected, front and rear. Tape in, tape out, auxiliary, phono. You can put a tape turntable on there. I noticed as well the AC mains cord here is inductively coupled into the antenna. Connections here, and obviously you can plug an AM wire sorry, plug a wire in for AM in there. So yeah, none of the caps look too bad, but I'm just a little bit worried about all this mess on the power supply board here, which I'll clean off. But quite interesting. Certainly for me, I never look inside this sort of stuff, but I just thought it would be rather interesting to have a stereo radio, a true stereo radio. There you go. Right, I've got some cleaning ahead of me, haven't I? Alright, thanks for watching. I cleaned all the wafer contacts in the switch here, nothing seemed to happen. And then I sprayed some switch cleaner down this thing here. And I've now got medium wave playing, but I still haven't got long wave. There's some sort of spring pivot here, but it does nothing when you switch back and forth between medium wave and long wave and FM. There's FM, medium wave. I'm not sure what that actually does. Some sort of switch, but I'm not sure whether this should move. Anyway, the Realistic STA-77L. I've got a little bit of a switchery problem to figure out. Okay, thanks for watching.